Imagine a nation so tiny that it could sit comfortably within a single city, yet holds the title of Asia's wealthiest, boasting a GDP per capita that outshines even the mighty economies of the UK and the US. Welcome to Singapore, a dazzling example of what vision, determination, and strategic planning can achieve. In just over 6 decades, this island nation has transformed from a humble colonial trading post into one of the wealthiest countries in the world, serving as a beacon of prosperity and innovation. But how did this tiny nation manage to create such immense wealth and economic success? What is the secret behind Singapore's rise, and can it sustain this growth in the face of changing leadership and global challenges? Join us as we explore the remarkable journey of Singapore, unveiling the formula that turned a resource-poor island into a financial powerhouse. The story of Singapore's economic transformation began in 1965 when it gained independence from British colonial rule. The first Prime Minister, Lee Kuan Yew, and his fellow founding leaders recognized that Singapore faced a significant economic challenge. It lacked natural resources. In a world where countries often depend on their resources to drive growth, Singapore had to think outside the box. Lee understood that to develop a thriving export-led economy and attract foreign investment, the nation needed a robust manufacturing industry. With its strategic location along the Strait of Malacca, Singapore was poised to become a pivotal shipping hub. The government set out to capitalize on this advantage. Initially, Singapore focused on establishing a manufacturing base centered on labor-intensive industries. This approach aimed to reduce the high unemployment rate that plagued the nation in its early years. By investing in manufacturing, Singapore not only provided jobs but also began to lay the groundwork for future economic development. However, Lee Kuan Yew envisioned manufacturing as just the first step towards a more sophisticated economy. To create a thriving economic environment, Lee prioritized the establishment of a solid financial and legal system. He believed that stability and transparency were crucial for attracting foreign investment. The government worked tirelessly to create a stable and largely corruption-free political environment. An efficient public transport system was developed to ensure that the city could handle the increasing flow of people and goods, while world-class healthcare infrastructure was established to support the population. In the 1980s, Lee Kuan Yew recognized that Singapore needed to shift its focus from manufacturing to finance. Inspired by the success of financial centers like New York and London, he began liberalizing the financial services industry. By implementing lighter regulations and welcoming multinational corporations, Singapore transformed itself into a global financial hub. This strategic decision has had lasting impacts, as evidenced by the presence of over 4,200 multinational companies, with regional headquarters in the nation today. One of the significant attractions for businesses looking to set up in Singapore has been its low corporate tax rates. The corporate tax rate is currently set at 17%, and for certain activities, it can drop to 13.5% or even lower. This tax-friendly environment has been a magnet for businesses, drawing them to Singapore's shores. The leadership of Lee's successor, Goh Chok Tong, continued this trend of attracting big businesses and fostering an environment conducive to economic growth. As the economy grew, the government recognized the importance of nurturing local talent and promoting entrepreneurship. The focus shifted towards creating a knowledge-based economy that emphasized creativity and innovation. This transition required significant investment in education and skills development, ensuring that the workforce was equipped to thrive in a rapidly changing global economy. In 2004, Lee Hsien Loong, Lee Kuan Yew's eldest son, took over the premiership. He understood that to retain the flow of businesses and wealth, Singapore needed to become an attractive place to live and work. Thus, the government embarked on an ambitious land reclamation project that began in the 1970s, transforming the city's landscape. This initiative resulted in the creation of office buildings, residential complexes, and entertainment hubs that redefined Singapore's skyline. A key component of this transformation was the introduction of world-class events and attractions. For instance, The government successfully brought in the Formula One night race, which not only showcased Singapore as a global destination, but also attracted significant international attention. Moreover, integrated resorts and casinos were welcomed, capitalizing on the booming economies of nearby countries like China and India. As the region's ultra-wealthy flocked to Singapore for leisure and entertainment, they also brought their wealth with them, further bolstering the economy. The results of these strategic decisions have been remarkable. The total value of assets under management in Singapore skyrocketed from $420 billion at the start of Lee Hsien Loong's tenure to an astonishing $3.6 trillion in 2022. This exponential growth underscores the effectiveness of Singapore's economic model and its appeal to global investors. However, as with any success story, there are challenges. While Singapore has been hailed as an economic miracle, it has also faced criticism for its restrictions on civil liberties and the media. Critics argue that the government prioritizes the integrity of the state over individual freedoms, leading to a climate of fear among citizens who may feel hesitant to voice dissent. Under Lee Kuan Yew's leadership, the government was known for its strict approach to governance, often stifling opposition and dissenting voices. This trend has continued in subsequent administrations, raising concerns about the balance between economic success and civil liberties. As Singapore navigates its future, it must address the changing dynamics of its population. The citizenry is becoming increasingly diverse and vocal, and the government is aware of the growing demand for more transparency and engagement. This is particularly relevant as Singapore grapples with issues such as rising housing prices and the cost of living. The economic model that has brought prosperity also comes with challenges, as the country attracts foreign labor to support its growth. Concerns arise about job competition and the impact on local workers. Furthermore, while inequality in Singapore has decreased in terms of statistics, many residents feel the pinch of rising living costs, and this sentiment is a growing concern for the government. The city-state faces the dual challenge of sustaining economic growth while managing discontent among its citizens. Another pressing issue on the horizon is the rapidly aging population. As the demographic landscape shifts, the government will need to address workforce growth and the associated increase in spending on healthcare and social services. These factors present significant challenges to the sustainability of Singapore's growth model, and it will require careful navigation to ensure that the nation remains competitive in an evolving global landscape. Enter Lawrence Wong, the newly appointed Prime Minister, who is stepping into this complex scenario. Wong has earned recognition for his leadership during the COVID-19 pandemic, demonstrating a common touch that resonates with many citizens. He understands the importance of building on the foundations laid by his predecessors, while also acknowledging the need for adaptation in a changing world. Wong emphasizes the need to affirm and reinforce what works well for Singapore, while also being responsive to the aspirations of its citizens. As the People's Action Party continues to form the ruling government, it faces the reality of declining popularity. The political landscape is evolving, and the intensity of politics is expected to increase in the years to come. This shift may bring both opportunities and challenges, as the government must navigate the demands of an increasingly vocal populace while striving to maintain the economic success that has become synonymous with Singapore. The story of Singapore's rise from a colonial trading port to a global economic powerhouse is nothing short of extraordinary. It is a testament to the power of visionary leadership, strategic planning, and a commitment to building a robust economy. Yet, as Singapore stands at this crossroads, it must confront the challenges that come with success. The balance between economic growth and social harmony is delicate, and the future of Singapore will depend on its ability to adapt and evolve, while remaining true to the principles that have brought it this far. Singapore's journey is a remarkable example of how a nation can overcome adversity and achieve incredible wealth and prosperity. It serves as a model for other countries seeking to create a vibrant, high-tech economy. However, the road ahead is fraught with challenges that require careful management and a willingness to listen to the voices of its citizens. as Singapore enters a new chapter under the leadership of Lawrence Wong. The world watches with anticipation to see how this small island nation will navigate the complexities of the future, ensuring that its legacy of success continues for generations to come.